Hi Scorpios. This reading is for the new moon in Leo that is ending the month of July 2019 for us. And it is for anyone who identifies as a Scorpio or finds themselves very interested in a Scorpio at this time. Specifically, I do intend them to be new moon, Leo new moon messages, but as always with all of my readings, it is for whenever you happen upon the message, whenever it finds you. And when I say that it is for anyone who identifies as a Scorpio, I do mean Scorpio's suns, moons, risings, those with their Venus or Mars in Scorpio. Maybe you have any other planet placed in Scorpio. Maybe you have a particular house that Scorpio rules that's of particular interest to you at this time. Anyone who identifies as Scorpio. And there also may be messages here for you if you just happened upon the reading because YouTube led you here, because the title grabbed your attention. That could lead you to a message that you need as well. And of course, you may be cross-watching for a Scorpio. And I did remind you all earlier this month, and it has just kept coming through for me this month, that when we are cross-watching, we do want to make sure to bring our discernment to the table. Of course, that is true of all readings and all things. So, with that in mind, let's see what all is coming through for Scorpios in the Lunartics Tarot Collective around the time of the Leo new moon, leading up to surrounding and following the Leo new moon. So far we have the Two of Earth, the Ten of Air. Both of those are reversed. The Chariot card, the Wheel of Fortune. And I just want one more card to look at a more distant future for you, as far as the path that you're on now. And the Seven of Chalices, the Seven of Water comes through for you again. The Seven of Water comes through for you a second time. The Six of Air comes through for you a second time. And the other card I saw for you while shuffling and meditating, Scorpios, was the Eight of Water as well. All three of those, the Six of Air, the Seven of Water, and the Eight of Water, all came through for you earlier. So I think, Scorpios, the message coming through here at this particular new moon reading for you is about feeling like you have too much on your plate. And I do see it as temporary with the Six of Air on the bottom of the deck. And I'm not really happy with that Six of Air there because I started to continue to shuffle for an extra card, and I'm not really sure if that was the card that wanted to land on the bottom of the deck. But as I said, that is the second time that the energy has come through. So I do sense that this inability to juggle everything on your plate is temporary, and you are moving toward calmer state of being, mentally, emotionally, even in your physical surroundings. We have the Ace of Fire, the Ace of Acorns now showing. Some of you dealing with interacting closely with an Aries energy. Some of you interacting closely with a Cancer energy around this Leo new moon, Scorps. Yeah, a lot of you are struggling to find balance at this time, struggling to adapt to having made so many commitments. You have a lot on your plate. As I said, you're juggling many things, spread very thin. You've committed to many projects or timelines, and it's encouraging a negative cycle to continue in your life. It's as if you're resisting adapting. You're resisting transforming. In order to be someone who can navigate the world you're in now, in order to be someone who can successfully juggle all that you have on your plate, a type of transformation needs to take place. Your schedule needs to look different. Your daily routine needs to look different. Perhaps your habits, maybe even your relationships, your self-talk. There's something that needs to look very different. One of those things I named, all of those things I mentioned, it's not as major of a transformation as when I see the Death card, but it is a necessary one nonetheless. It's considerably, relatively small things in your routine, your relationships, your habits that need to shift, rather than you shedding a whole skin. It is about you transforming into a new version of yourself, but it's almost like your program, the program that you're running, being updated, getting an update, rather than, choosing a whole new program, right? That's what I mean when I say it's not as major of a transformation. It's like an upgrade, an update. You will still recognize yourself, but you will have to do things differently. You're resisting this for some reason. Maybe for some of you, it may be a particular relationship or habit that you are having trouble letting go of, even if you know that you need to. But with that said, in your near future, it looks like... yeah, for some of you, it is your routine. It is your habits, because in the near future, we have the Chariot card, and the two keywords noted on this particular depiction of the Chariot card are discipline and determination. So some of you are needing to introduce a new type of or level of structure and self-discipline into your routine. So it looks like, especially if that's the particular transformation that needs to take place, it looks like in the near future you are allowing that to happen. Now, right around the new moon, currently, as you find this reading or as it finds you, I do sense that you're resisting that. And it may just be an adjustment period. You're having trouble adapting, but that doesn't mean you aren't going to, right? You're finding that balance. You're seeking it currently. And there is a negative cycle continuing, a negative habit, toxic relationship, a tendency to hold on to something from your past that's gumming up the works, that's holding you up currently. And I think that you sort that out in the days following this new moon, using that energy even. Some of you are going to work some new moon magic while the new moon is in Leo. Because once you get to this place, this energy that you are about to step into, you see your goals so clearly and surely that you move ahead with a confident, youthful energy, allowing nothing in your path to stop you. You can't be stopped. And that's the realization that needs to happen here. You want to hold on to this habit. You want to hold on to this routine, this friend, this workplace, this partner, something, right? It's different for each individual. You want to hold on to it, but it is standing between you and a goal. And in the very near future, you are going to choose the goal over what you have been resisting leaving behind. And then things will fall into place. Then suddenly you will have the space and the time and the discipline to manage everything that you've taken on, to juggle all of the commitments that you've taken on successfully, or to drop one of those commitments, to say I can't do it all and I need to know my limitations. So that too will be slightly different for each individual Scorpio here. Your advice is the Wheel of Fortune. To embrace change, to embrace the possibilities that come along with change. And you know, you're fixed water, Scorpio. So I sensed that was your fixed nature would need to be addressed. Well, when I was shuffling the cards and meditating with the deck, I could sense that coming on. That wanted to come forward. I'm mostly fixed energy, personally, myself. Fixed earth, fixed air. I do have Scorpio as well in my chart, so I completely understand. I completely understand how difficult it can be to make certain changes. But personally, and this is relevant to your reading, at the same time, I love change. I'm all Taurus, Aquarius, Scorpio, so much fixed energy in my chart, but I love change. And I think it's my Cancer rising. And that is the card that you have in the near future. I mean, it's not Cancer, but it's the Chariot card that I often associate, connect very closely with Cancer, and a lot of readers do. So, but it certainly speaks of a Cancerian when the energy shows up on my table, and that's why I said you may be interacting with a Cancerian closely, but whether the signs resonate or not, I wouldn't get too hung up on that. The point is embracing that goal, that drive, that commitment to seeing the results that you know are your destiny, seeing the results that are your end game, are the reason why you're moving toward that goal, committing to that picture, to earning that for yourself, can absolutely be what helps you to embrace change and embrace the possibilities that come along with change. And I'm not saying all Scorpios hate change. I'm sure there are plenty of you like myself that have a lot of fixed energy, but because of one particular or other particular placements, you actually love change. The fact of the matter is, fixed or not, fixed sign or not, fixed nature or not, change is life. Change is the only constant, right? That's just the reality of our 3D situation here, our timeline trajectory here. That's just the reality of a life where things move according to time and in a chronological order. You're advised to embrace change, to embrace the possibilities that come along with it. And just like Sagittarian's reading that was just before yours, Scorps, to accept divine timing, to embrace that as well. I think that this is what's moving you forward. There's a creative force, as is noted here, that is pushing you forward. You've had an inspiration, or there's something that you feel very passionate about that's giving you confidence, that's fueling this youthful, energetic confidence that will move you forward past any addiction or obsession or attachment that you may be having trouble letting go of. It's interesting to see that currently you're failing to juggle things, and that currently you are allowing a cycle to a negative cycle to repeat in your life, but that nothing really needs done or told to you, because in the near future, your own goals, your own passion, your own fire, that creative force that is fueling you is going to take care of the situation. So lean into that. Lean into that, and don't be married to exactly how the goal unfolds. The rewards, the fruition of your work unfolds and comes to you. That is also part of embracing the change and embracing all the possibilities that come along with change. For any of you who have been investigating new ways of opening your third eye, communicating with, connecting to the divine through treating that third eye with diet, meditation, crystals, any other practice for you, yoga, there's definitely a message here for you to continue down that road. If you've felt called to look into those things, if you've been particularly interested in those things, or if the methods you've been trying aren't satisfying you enough and you've been thinking about looking for new ones, do so. That's definitely highlighted in this wheel card as part of your advice. These are the practices that the divine wants you to sink into as you wait for things to come to fruition in divine timing. There are so many possibilities on the table. See, some of you are feeling a little trapped by your routine and by your commitments, right? It's almost like you're feeling like you don't have all of the choices that by mid-August at the latest are going to be very apparent to you. Because of your ambition, you will have so many doors open for you, so many paths open to you. And again, it's interesting because I see your energy just naturally taking care of itself. So it really is a message that it's a matter of slowly watering this seed of passionate inspiration and just being comfortable accepting divine timing. And you're not the first sign who's gotten that message for the Leo new moon. I can't remember who it was, but someone prior to you got something very similar. And it's a message of encouragement because you do feel overwhelmed. You don't feel like you can juggle all of your commitments. Part of you senses and knows that you are allowing a negative cycle to continue by remaining attached to something that is no longer for you. That is what is robbing you of balance. That is what is robbing you of your choices. And as soon as you embrace change, then, you don't even have to embrace the fact that possibilities come along with change. As soon as you embrace this change, this miniature transformation where you let go of the things that really aren't for you, the things, if you have to make choices because you're balancing too many things, then let go of the one that you want to let go of, right? The thing that you don't have time for. For some of you, like I said, though, it's a relationship, it's a habit, it's a routine, it's some type of addiction. And as soon as you embrace releasing that, your own goals, passions, like again, that confidence that comes with that creative force behind you, is going to show you these choices. These choices will just become apparent. And I think this is moving into and even through August, Scorpios. This reading is a little longer than I meant it to be, but I do want to grab one clarifier on your advice card, the Wheel of Fortune. But of course 2 came out. Yeah, this is definitely, and then the Hangman on the bottom of the clarifier deck, which is the Radiant Rider-Waite, whereas this is the SpirtSong Tarot by Paulina Cassidy, just to point that out. But with the Hangman on the bottom of the deck, it is about you being patient, about you being patient and accepting not only that changes have to occur, but that the results of changing are going to unfold in divine timing. For most of you, that means being patient for longer than you'd like. But the clarifier on the Wheel of Fortune is the King of Pentacles. So what's happening is a lot of you have an opportunity coming your way. The type of opportunity that you cannot choose when or how it comes into being or where it comes into being, but that it is your job not to miss. Fated opportunity, a lucky, fortunate opportunity that allows you the chance to secure a new level of wealth and subsequently health. When you see the King of Pentacles there, an opportunity to master your financial realm, your, I meant to say material, but I said financial, so for some of you specifically, your finances, but certainly to master your material, physical, 3D realm in a way, to an extent, that you never have before. That opportunity will be presenting itself, and I believe that your determination, your discipline, again, that confidence, that youthful, energetic, creative force is going to move you directly right into the path of that fortuitous opportunity. Look out for this as you begin August. If it's not happening right now as the energy of the new moon in Leo is upon us, then it will be soon after. As I said, I don't see it being any more than a couple weeks into August. Now the timelines, time being fluid, it's going to be different for everyone, and we can definitely do a private personal reading if you want something more specific. But the only thing that I see on the table that could steer you off course, that could lead to you missing this opportunity rather than taking full advantage of it, and it looks like a beautiful, wealthy opportunity, is this negative cycle repeating, is hanging on to something that you know is no longer for you. We know that when we hang on to things that are no longer for us, we don't leave room in our lives for the new things that are coming our way. And the Five of Cups also came out for us. So part of the reason that, Scorps, that you're having trouble balancing all of the commitments on your plate, and that you are currently allowing a negative cycle to repeat, part of the reason is because you are mourning something that is already gone in some sense. You're mourning something for too long. You've been mourning something for too long. You're at this point, you're sort of crying over spilt milk. And I know for some of you, it is a deep connection that you're mourning. So I don't mean to demean it or dismiss it, but that phrase is relevant because in the way that it matters for your life moving forward, it is already gone. And you're just sitting in a space of mourning it. Again, though, I don't see this as a reading about you being on a course that needs corrected. It's more that you're on a course that is going to correct itself. Your path is leading you right where you need to go. Just don't hit the brakes. Just don't stop it. Just keep following the creative force, the passion that's pushing you. Keep your eyes on the prize, on the goal. Introduce structure and discipline where you need to. Create a friendship with your determination. Be there for it and allow it to be there for you, to show up for you when no one else and nothing else is. And I see you doing that for yourself already. And then when you're in full force moving forward, you have that confidence and that energy, then hurry up and wait. Take all of that creative, energetic force and be patient, and allow your efforts, your labor, to come to fruition in due time. So I can see how that trajectory can be misleading and frustrating, because it is hurry up and wait is an energy that's coming through here. But again, I do see the fortuitous opportunity, the fated opportunity to master your material realm in a way you haven't before. I do see that in the coming through for most of you within the next couple of weeks. And certainly no later than by the end of August, and I think it will be sooner than that, these choices will be apparent. Your opportunities, your choices, the different paths that you can take now using that creative force will be apparent to you. And again, I think it's very relevant that ambition is noted here. It's directly related to you having ambition. It's directly related to you being a very ambitious individual at this time, believing in your goals, believing in the impossible for yourself, having a vision of who you want to be, where you want to go, what you want to accomplish and create, and going for it. I don't think that you need to be told not to allow fear and doubt to hold you back, because the goal itself, the passionate creative force itself, is going to take care of that. It's going to push you forward past all of that. So, just take advantage of this opportunity when it presents itself to you, Scorpios. Very interesting. Definitely, it's probably the most interesting and confusing reading that I've done for the new moon reads. Because I always say that, you're not going to come to these readings, and hear everything's fine, you don't need to know anything. There's always going to be something. But your Scorpios at this time, you are very much on a path where your own desires, your own passions, your own path, you're on course for it to correct itself. Yes, you're struggling. Yes, you're having trouble balancing either finances or commitments, in putting an end to negative cycles, cutting off mourning about something that you've been fixated on too long. Yes, you know that is present with you. But I see your path, and multiple pathways for you, in fact, just opening up, and you driving yourself forward. So that I think, honestly, the biggest note is, like I said, make really good friends with your structure, your discipline, your determination. Be there for each other. But it's lovely. It's lovely. And I know I can leave it in your very capable hands from there. This is much longer than I thought it would be, Scorpios, but I do hope that the needed insight was able to reach you. And if you need something more personalized, more specific, if you would like a private reading with me, just scroll down to the description box below. All of your options and links can be found there. If you would rather send an email to me and start a discussion rather than follow a link, the email address is LunarticksTarot@gmail.com, and my name is Aze. So if that works better for you, whatever works for you works for me. Thank you so much to all of you who do order and who support Lunartics Tarot in any way. Those of you who like, comment, subscribe, send me messages and emails, share the videos. It's all so appreciated, as well as orders and donations. The link to donate is down below in the description box as well. Thank you so much. And with that, I hope that you make very wise choices for yourselves moving forward. It looks like that's not a note that you even need at this time, Scorps. And I love you, and I will post another reading for us as soon as I can. Enjoy the magic of the Leo new moon.